It is time to expand minds through movies, TV, sports, and flicks. It is time to boldly go where no podcast has gone before. It is time for the Captain Talks Flicks.
The Captain Talk Flicks.
Welcome to the Captain Talks Flicks podcast. I'm your host, the Captain Cortez, aka Mr. Love, and this is where we talk flicks. I welcome the podcast where me, the Captain, talks about movies, TV, sports, flicks, anything you can see on the two-word screen. I like to get out here and give my unique perspective, because after 48 years of being on planet Earth, I developed a new perspective about these movies, TV, sports, and flicks, and I like to get into about it. Because just maybe you care. And according to the stats, it looks like you do care. I want to give a big shout out to France. Got some plays over in France this past week. Gracias, gratitude, todo raba, and France. I just started learning French last week. Last week, in my first lessons, I'm learning French. It's a wonderful, beautiful language. Just learning this language is just so fun, fulfilling. So one of these days, I'm going to master French. And when I do, I'm going to fly over to Chateau Azar, right? I saw Chateau Azar over in France. Looks so dope. I'm going to take this fly lady I know. We're going to fly over there. And she's going to be so impressed. Like, bro, look at the chateau. And you speak French. She's like, oh my gosh, marry me now. So anyways, beautiful country, beautiful language. I appreciate you listening. And just FYI, back in the day, I went to school radio DJ, but never got a job. I think I never got a job because I just didn't have the awareness. If I would have had just a little bit more awareness, then maybe that would enable me to become a radio DJ. But I didn't. And that's what allowed me to become the greatest podcaster in the Matrix. Something to debate might be true, might not be true, but I said it on the internet, so it's got to be true, right? Because everything on the internet is facts, not facts, true, false, propaganda, fake news, the Matrix, trees, dirt, water, sun. I don't know. I didn't make the internet. Ask the people that made the internet. So when you're lying, just beware, just watch out. Anyways, I could have rambled all day, but it won't. Let's get right to the podcast. But first, a word from our sponsor. Ladies and gentlemen, sometimes I rap. And on February 29th, 2024, Leap Day, I rapped again. I dropped the album called Agent of Change. Available at all DSPs. Wherever you hear your music, Agent of Change is there. So if you want to hear me, the Captain, rap in my unique rhyme style over crazy, spacey, electronic type beats, check it out. I guarantee when you hear this album, it'll be like nothing you ever heard before. So if you want to hear my unique way of creating art, musically, sonic arts, check it out. I'll put the link to Agent of Change below. Check it out. Now, let's get on with the podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, I am back again. And this week, it's been a wonderful week. Did a lot of hard work. Had a lot of conversations with interesting people. Right, just a cool week. I talked to a lot of young people this week. And these young people are talking about different things, about different stuff, different ways of thinking, different ways of being, different things they're into. And I was so impressed by how knowledgeable these young people are. Some old people I talk to think young people are dumb, right? And I hate to use the word dumb, but this is what they think. Now, me talking to these people, I don't think this. I get to hear the different perspectives from these young people. I just had one earlier with a few people. It was just so cool to hear this young perspective, this young mind, and just think what these people will do in the future when they get older. I look forward to hearing the stories and tales of what they do in the future endeavors, because these people are awesome. I talk to guys, girls, they're just so cool. It's just so cool to have these conversations. Yeah, very cool. And also, I'm talking to some interesting ladies. And I'm talking about traveling. I'm talking about traveling to Chateau Azar, like I said earlier, right? Telling these ladies, hey, we should fly over there, hang out. Yeah, let's go do it. And she's kind of like, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I'm like, yeah, come on. You know you want to. You want to fly over there. So maybe in the future, to be flying to a hotel with a very interesting lady. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. And by that time, I'll probably be speaking French. Yeah, most likely. So anyways, this is what happened this week. This is my life. I also ate stuff and cleaned stuff, right? And drove around my city in my car, right? Just living a mundane lifestyle. Ain't no Lamborghinis over here, bro. We just doing the regular thing. So anyways, that's what went down with the Cap this week. But now it is time to podcast. And ladies and gentlemen, this week I saw a beast. And that beast was sexy. This week I saw the epic conclusion of Sexy Beast. Now, before I get into that, a couple things. First of all, there will be spoilers. And second of all, I do own some shares in Apple. I will be clear and transparent to let you know. Now, I told you that. Let's get into Sexy Beast. Think of the money. Ladies and gentlemen, the season finale of Sexy Beast was epic. They pulled off the caper, bro. Spoiler. They pulled the caper off. Right? What happened with Gal and Didi? Did their love flourish? What happened? I don't know. I'm going to answer that right now. First of all, they pulled the caper off, like I just said. And second of all, spoiler, Gal and Didi will not be hooking up. What? But the movie they do. Well, not yet. They ain't hooking up yet. Because at the end of this season, they are not hooking up. Maybe you're disappointed. Or maybe you're like, yeah, you shouldn't hook up. Because why would you get with a porn star? I don't know the answer to these questions. This is just what happened. But anyways, this show was absolutely phenomenal. I loved every moment of it. And also, what's really surprising about this show is how it had me thinking about relationships. Out of all the shows I've watched in the past 2, 3, 4, 5 years, since 2020, I would have not expected that this be the one that had me thinking about relationships. I've watched a lot of TV programs over the last 5 years, but this particular show, out of all the shows I've watched, and if you've heard these podcasts over the last 5 years, you've heard them, you know what I'm talking about. I have thought the most about relationships with this particular show than anything else in the previous 5 years. Yeah, I've talked a little bit here and there, but this show had me thinking about it every week. And to be honest, I did not expect that. Very unexpected. And that's part of the reason why I like the show so much. I'm doing a lot of thinking about relationships. A lot. So that's what I want to get into this week, is a little bit more about the relationships that happened in this episode this week. So what this episode had me thinking about this week is this. If you have a relationship with somebody, boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, and you guys are hooking up, and you guys are getting ready to take it to the next level. We're about to take it to the next level. We're going to the next level in the relationship. Whatever it is, there are levels to relationships. I don't really know what those levels are because I have no relationship. But I know there's levels. And if you're ready to take it to the next level, do you include your family in taking it to the next level? Like, before you will take a relationship to the next level, do you consult your family? Do you get your family's opinion? Do you value what they say? Do you take into consideration what your family will say about your relationship and going to the next level? Because in this episode, Gal was moving on from his high school sweetheart after he got stabbed in the stomach with a heel. Yeah, his woman was so mad, she stabbed in the stomach with a heel. It was absolute madness. But this is what happened. So he was trying to separate from his lady and go to Didi. But in the process of doing that, his family getting a little mad. His mom, Gal's mom, went to visit Didi and expressed, like, leave my son alone. You're wrecking this family. Like, we have a good thing here. We have a good thing going, and you're wrecking this. Stay away, right? And Gal goes talk to his mom a little later. And Gal's like, Mom, don't you want me to be happy? Because they have a little banter about it, whatever. And in the end, Gal's like, don't you want me to be happy? I'm not happy with my current lady. Didi makes me happy. I want to be happy. Mom, don't you want me to be happy, right? And to seeing that moment in the show made me think, how much consideration do you take into when choosing whether to stay with your man or woman or not? Do you take their belief or their perspective into consideration when you're trying to take your relationship to the next level? Now, as someone that doesn't have a relationship, I've not had to deal with that dilemma in like 15, 20 years. Because like I said, I've not been dating for 15, 20 years. And this is real. I'm not making up for podcasts. I'm serious. I'm not dating or pursuing ladies or nothing like that because I'm just too busy podcasting, too busy rapping. This is a true story. Judge me if you will. Say, oh, bro, you're not dating. What's wrong with you? I don't know. Maybe I'm going my own way. I'm not sure. Like I said last episode or whatever episode it was, I'm just too busy podcasting and rapping to really pursue a lady. So I don't have a lot of knowledge in this scenario. Back in the day when I was younger, I did date quite a bit for a long period of time. So I have that experience. But that experience I had back in the day is not relevant now because dating has changed these days, right? So I don't know how to feel about this relationship with Gal, Didi. I don't know. I'm not sure what the right move to make or what is. I just know that Gal wants to be happy. And his family think that his high school sweetheart is better for him. You know, the porn star is not a good match for him. And be honest, if you're a parent, would you want your kid to be with a porn star? Let's be real. How many parents out there would be okay with their kid being with a porn star? I'm not trying to hate on porn stars. It's not negative. I'm just putting it out there. I just feel a lot of parents would not be okay with that or be very down on that. No disrespect to porn stars. I'm not knocking them. You know, just they got to live their life and do what they do, right? That's what they got to do. But sometimes in the world, like I said a couple episodes back, the perspective on that profession is not a positive one. And if you got kids, if you got a son, you got a daughter, you may not want them to be in a relationship with a porn star. I'm just saying. And this is what we find in Sexy Beast. But Gal loves Dee Dee so much. He don't care about her job. He don't care about her occupation. He just has a connection with her and he wants to be with her. And he tells his mom, don't you want to be happy? Now, in the show Sexy Beast, I think a couple episodes back, when Gal tells Dee Dee he loves her, right? She says, you don't want to love me because there's a lot of trouble that comes with loving me. There's a lot of drama, a lot of trouble coming with me, right? And then she brings that up later in this last episode. And Gal's like, I'll watch the world burn to be with you. He's that much in love with her. He wouldn't care if the world burnt down. That's how much he loves this woman. He loves this woman so much. He don't care what his family says. He don't care if the world burns. I love you. I've never experienced that. That's got to be a very interesting feeling and way of thinking. And I'm very curious how that feels. I have not felt that way about any. Well, no, that's not true. I didn't feel it in a romantic way, but one of my family members, I was kind of like that. Where honestly, like, it wasn't in a romantic way, but it was like, you know, the family way. That I cared about this family member so much that I didn't care about the whole world collapse. That's real. I did experience that. But not quite the level that Gal's feeling it. Because Gal's feeling it for a woman that he loves in that way. And I not felt it that way. But for a family member, I did feel it kind of in a sort of way like that. Where I didn't care what was going on. I wasn't concerned. I had that much love for this human being. So I do know a little bit. But not quite the way Gal knows it, right? And how many of you guys out there in cyberspace have felt that? How many of you guys have felt a love for a human being like, I don't care if the world burns down. I love you that much. That is a powerful, powerful feeling. And I hope you are privileged to experience that because it sounds like a wonderful way of feeling and being. To just have that much love and passion for a human being, like, that's just got to be a great thing to experience. And I hope someday I find it. I'm taking applications. I want to look at you the way Gal looks at Dee Dee. I want to look at a woman the way Gal looks at Dee Dee. And maybe you're it. You're my podcast. Maybe you want to date. You know what I mean? Hit me up on the SoundCloud. Oh, but seriously, ladies and gentlemen, I really do think it'd be interesting to feel the way Gal feels for Dee Dee. And I think every human being should experience that. And maybe if I'm blessed, I'll experience it. I might not. Like I said, I've not been dating for 20 years, bro, 15 years. Like, it's been a long time. Not felt that, but maybe I'm still young. I'm only 47 years old. There's a lot of game left to be played. And maybe someday I will wake up and I'll look at a woman and love her so much that I don't care if the whole world burnt down. Maybe. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. But anyways, Sexy Beast has been a phenomenal show. I'm so glad I chose to take that journey. Because I'll be honest, when it first came out, I wasn't sure. But then once I saw the movie, I'm like, I got to see this show. And after watching this show, I'm very glad I took that ride. And I'm kind of sad it's over. And hopefully they get a season 2. I hope they get a season 2. They may or may not. You never know with these things. But I'm so hoping they get to season 2 because I love this ride. It was so fun. It was so enjoyable. In a world that's crowded with these other types of shows, and you know what I'm talking about. It's a breath of fresh air to see something like this. So ladies and gentlemen, if you've not seen Sexy Beast, I highly recommend you check it out. It's a great ride. But just one thing, to tell you. It's a little bit graphic at times. It can be a little bit much if you don't like those kind of things. But anyways, other than that, great show. So check it out, Sexy Beast. Dope show. And until next time, we'll see you. Live long and prosper. Spock. Until next time, this is Captain Peace.
The Captain Talks Flicks.